Hi, my name is Suzanne Atkinson. I'm a writer and I live in Bedford, Nova Scotia. My video today, which first of all is the last one that I'll be making until next year, involves the release of my latest book. Diner Revelations regarding Hayworth Book IV just came out a month ago. Launches and readings will take place formally in the fall, but I decided to do a video about this book now, and I really hope you enjoy it. It's the last installment in the Hayworth series, and I'm quite excited that it was released a little early. So I'll read you the back cover so you get an idea of what's going on. Roz Dover finished her shift as a cleaner at the Hayworth Community Hospital at 11 p.m. on the evening of August 6, 1981. She's never been seen since. Diner Revelations regarding Hayworth Book IV is the fourth and final installment in the series that has embedded the reader in the lives of residents who live in a small fictitious town located in northern Alberta. Follow Gabby Ridgway and Joe Dodd, Chester and Amanda Walski, Patrick Hollinger, and Audrey Baranski as they navigate through the twists and turns in the puzzle of Roz's disappearance. The truth at the end of the journey is not necessarily what anyone expects. Learn what happened to Roz Dover. At the same time, you will come to understand how friends may not be exactly as they seem, how emotions can pivot someone back into the person they once left behind and never intended to reveal again. I like to start my books with some inspirational quotes, and I'll share those with you. "We seek the truth and will endure the consequences," said by Charles Seymour. "When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth." Arthur Conan Doyle. "To the living we owe respect, but to the dead we owe only the truth." And that was said by Voltaire. We're going to start at chapter 1, which is from the point of view of Gabby Ridgway. And for those of you who have read the other books, Gabby is the main character in Book 2, Hexagon Dilemma. 3 years, 1 month, and 28 days have passed since Roz Dover vaporized. She was last seen when she left the Hayworth Community Hospital after she worked her shift as a cleaner. It was 11 o'clock in the evening on August 6, 1981. Her car, a faded green 1975 Ford Pinto, was located on an abandoned farm property a number of days later. The keys were in the ignition, and her shoulder bag was found on the passenger seat. There were no indications of a struggle. Gabby's mind drifts back to last night's meeting. Almost everyone with any connection to Roz or the circumstances of August 6 was there. Cheryl Nadler, Patrick Hollinger, Amanda Walski, Isla and Crystal, Roz's former roommates, both Fiona Verbowski and Sean Knox of the RCMP, Roz and Maggie Woodworth, Roz's parents who travel to Hayworth each year for this gathering, and a host of other people who are not as familiar to Gabby. Her friend Fiona led the group and tried to focus this year on anyone who might have been around town on the evening Roz disappeared. She requested attendees check their old calendars and appointment books on the off chance someone was out for another reason and might recall Roz's car or anything suspicious. Gabby can remember exactly what she was doing through the whole time period because she was a family counselor at the Hexagon back then, stalked by a client she later thought might have murdered Roz. This client was Charlene Quinn, Roz's third roommate. Without a body, the cops were never able to pin the murder on her, although she was convicted in the murder of a hitchhiker in Nova Scotia. No one in Hayworth seems to be in possession of information other than details uncovered at the time of the initial investigation. Roz's disappearance eats away at every member of the community. The people who knew about Ronnie's kidnapping were apoplectic until she was found, and the case was determined to have no relation to the Dover situation. Gabby knows the depressed little northern prairie town couldn't have survived another tragedy. Now I'm going to read you a little bit of chapter 6, which is from Amanda Walski's point of view. Amanda isn't sure, but she suspects her father-in-law is about to tell them he's managed to secure the land next door to the family farm. Chester won't be happy, but she wants to use the rest of the money she inherited to build a new house out by the Wolskis. She needs to be close to Chester's parents. She wants to be away from the station and its responsibilities. Life has become too complicated. Are you coming? Chester's impatient voice interrupts her self-conversation. I have the kids ready to go out to the car. Mom will wonder where the hell we are. Amanda trots out of the bedroom in a hustle as she inspects her children and soothes her husband. We're ready. Let me get the pecan pie I have for her. Mama would be disappointed if I didn't bring a pie from the diner. She projects an impish grin towards Chester. He doesn't appear to appreciate her tease. They muddle out to her 1980 red Toyota Tercel hatchback. The kids, complete with a knapsack full of coloring books and toys, crawl into the back. Although the car is Amanda's and purchased second-hand from the Ford dealer when she bought the diner, Chester gets behind the wheel. She could have bought new, but she wanted to save as much of her inheritance as possible in order to build her dream home. By the time Chester turns the Tercel into the long gravel driveway, the children are peering out the windows and drawing with pudgy fingers in the vapor they've created. What do you think this is about, Amanda? Chester sounds annoyed. He doesn't like surprises. Mom and Dad don't invite us out to Sunday supper very often. We spend enough time here during the week. I hope it's news about the property next door. Amanda remembers stories of the two estranged bachelor brothers who shared the property for many years but never got along. After they both died, the estates were in such disarray it seemed their distant relatives finally gave up trying to settle anything. The family of those old guys fought and argued forever, but maybe, in the 3.5 years since Roz Dover's car was found, they decided to play ball with your father and sell. Chester's expression is one of pure horror. We can't let Dad buy that land, Amanda. Who in God's name would want that land? His voice has an element of panic Amanda has heard with regularity over the last few years. The first time she was introduced to this particular tone was the day Mason was born. Chester likes to be in control, and when he isn't, he panics. To own the land next door would be wonderful, Chester. She maintains an eerie calm in her voice. I don't care about Roz's car. It was a long time ago. No one cares anymore. She knows she sounds cold-hearted, but she's determined to have a brand new house near her in-laws, where she will be safe. So there you go. That gives you a little taste of Diner Revelations. It's available across all platforms now: Kobo, Amazon, Chapters, iTunes. You can order it from any bookstore. You can check on my website if you happen to need an ISBN number or anything for it. I hope that for those of you who can, you will come out to readings in the fall, and those schedules will go up on my website. And look forward next year. I've started a new mystery series. It's called the Stella Kirk Mysteries, and the first one is called No Visible Means. I expect it to be out just about this time next year. Thanks very much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this, and we'll see you in a year.